On the 22nd of October, Neptune retrograde back into the sign of Pisces, a sign that Neptune has been speaking to, moving through for the most part since 2011. When we're in the moment of a Neptune transit, it can feel soft and pink and foggy, but also it can feel hopeful, magical, inspired. As Neptune retrogrades back into Pisces and will be here for just a few weeks, wrapping up loose ends, it gives us a chance to evaluate where it was and how far we'd come with what was once a dream that we have in some way made real, where it was that perhaps we were kidding ourselves, and where it was perhaps that some of our magical thinking led to magical outcomes. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's one part of the human experience as well. And where it is that we might need a reminder that life doesn't necessarily have to be just one rational, literal experience, but it can have all kinds of shades of imagination, of hope, of wishes realized. Well, it is going to be now as Neptune moves back into Pisces to wrap up some loose ends that we just might find that magic that we felt so strong and we thought we lost, and now we realize just might always be with us going forward from here and perhaps for the rest of our lives. Now, how Neptune going retrograde back into the sign of Pisces speaks to you in your sign depends on your sun, moon, and rising. Take all three into consideration. Synthesize the information to make it unique to you. And there are lots more horoscopes available right now over on my YouTube channel, Nadiya_Shah, and in the superstar space at thefutureismagical.com or NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Aries, perhaps the more significant thing rather than where Neptune is going is the fact that Neptune is leaving your sign, albeit for a few weeks ultimately before Neptune moves back into your sign for a much longer stay. We've got like this larger 14-year journey of Neptune moving through your sign. You're getting a bit of a breather now, and it is going to be this calming of confusion. Like you didn't know you were like thinking or in a space that was either heightened or misty or foggy or spiritual or magical until you weren't anymore, until you aren't anymore. A lot of things are going to start to feel a whole lot more clear very quickly. Having Neptune move into the sign just before yours brings with it healing and near magical karmic closures. So this allows you to put people, places, things, situations that might have been challenging behind you in ways that feel downright miraculous to some, but for others, it's going to feel like the most natural and right thing. We have here an energy that is setting you up for a brand new cycle of living a life that's a lot more magical than you knew before. What needs to come, let it, but also what needs to go, let it. It is about connecting more deeply to a knowing that you have so much more yet to do in this lifetime, and you really do. Taurus, Neptune is going to move back into a friendship part of your sky. So whether it is that a friend or your participation in a group opens you up to healing, opens you up to magic, to a sense of miracles even as well as possible, but also not seeing some of these people very clearly becomes possible at this time also. It might feel as if certain, alliances, connections with others, again, it could be a professional group dynamic, it could be a friendship, it sort of washes away at this time, or it feels as if one of these people reappears in a way that feels almost mystical. Regardless of what it is, understand that who is meant to be there will be. Where you are meant to participate in a group endeavor, you will. And it is all part of a perfect, spiritually timed journey. Who's meant to walk it with you will, and who no longer is, it really is okay to allow that healthy closure to take place. Ultimately, it is about finding meaning and healing and purpose in the larger concept of friendship, knowing that who you need is going to be there. Not necessarily the exact person you thought would, but someone will always be there for you. Gemini, Neptune moving back into a part of the sky having to do with career, social standing, life purpose, and your understanding of a higher, more loving vision for your life either this is going to bring healing to your life purpose journey. It's going to help you to feel near miraculous senses of aligning with big career opportunities, bigger than anything you knew before. Or it's going to be the final acceptance, this washing away of some fantasy that really might not be in alignment with some higher, more loving vision for your life. The important thing to remember is this is an outer planet, which means the importance of surrender, of trusting a higher, more loving vision means trusting karma as well. And knowing that's what is for the best is absolutely going to come together for you at a time like this, and really always. It's just that now there's a certain rhythm, a certain magic, a certain mysticism to what it is that feels might be coming together for you. And in some cases, what it is that it feels isn't coming together for you might be the most magical, healing turn of events of all. Cancer, long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, and legal matters. Now, wherever Neptune goes, it can bring with it a magical series of events, but also a burst of healing as well. Now, whether that is in a journey of travel, in a journey involving a legal matter, a higher education matter, it is in these spaces and places that the awareness of magic feels that much more heightened for you at this time. But that is an awareness that really can carry into just about any area of life going forward from here. For others, this is going to bring with it a profound feeling of subjective truth that changes your relationship with the world around you. Whether this is a spiritual experience, a philosophical truth, even political understandings now, whether you get lost in them or you're healed by them. This is going to represent one of those moments where it feels like something changes within you. Your relationship with the world ends up changing your understanding of where it is that you are to go next. Leo, profound change, truth, transformation, regeneration, and wealth is covered here as well. And having Neptune in an area of life, it brings with it a feeling of some insecurity, and a sense of impermanence can be there also. However, where you are anchoring your understanding of wealth, your understanding of how well provided for you are by a generous universe, and you're rooting that in soul, you're rooting that in spirit, you're rooting that in faith, you'll be able to recognize the abundance in so many ways as it showers on you now. Outside of that, though, this might be a time of accepting some deeper change, some understanding within you of what stays and what goes. And as you come to a deeper appreciation about who you really are, have faith in that understanding, especially where it is that aligns you with greater love and greater wisdom. That's when you know you're on the right track. Virgo, love, partnerships of all kinds, one-on-one alliances, all of that is covered here. And just know, with Neptune in your opposite sign, it's like the magical other feels like it appears. There's a heightened sense of forgiveness, and perhaps even to people where it might not even be a good idea or isn't necessarily rooted in reality. It's always up to you to decide what's right for you to do in light of your unique circumstances. But if you feel like you've met somebody who is your soulmate, but the truth is you don't know them at all, that is a disconnect that you might want to pay some attention to. Be mindful of how much you're giving, how much you're getting, and where it is that there are established alliances already in your life. Strive to see people in a more balanced way. Whether it is a professional alliance, a personal or romantic, when you're willing to see people as they are, it makes those connections that much more fulfilling, that much more rewarding, because they are well rooted. And who is good for you is going to stay, and who isn't is going to reveal themselves as an illusion. And it's okay for you to move forward as part of moving towards alliances that are that much more meaningful. Libra, clients, customers, coworkers, immediate supervisors, the type of work you're doing as well. Now, wherever Neptune is, it's like you don't see things clearly. And the great thing is you get to see things from a perspective that's a lot more inspired and hopeful or idyllic in some way. And so seeing with eyes of hope the people you interact with day in and day out can be a lovely thing. But in the process, you might see what you want, hear what you want, to the point of maybe getting swindled in some way. So just be careful in regards to that. But for all of that, this can also speak to how well you take care of you and making some small adjustments now, making sure that they are well grounded in an understanding of how you're feeling and what's good for you to change, well, can bring forward an energy that feels healing and remarkable in how much it allows a change to take place that has you feeling a whole lot better very quickly. Scorpio, flirtation, romance, what love is to you. Just when you think you have it, it just might all be a mirage. So pace yourself as you navigate this time, especially with new people you might be connecting to. For all that, though, this is also part of the sky that has to do with gambling and windfalls. And again, Neptune is not seeing things clearly in a way that you probably really should. And so be mindful as you're hedging your bets, not to bet the farm. Outside of that, though, this can be a powerful time of creativity where you're trusting it. It can have you creating something that feels magical. Sagittarius, home, the past, your family of origin, your parents in particular, where that applies. So this is a burst of healing and a sense of magic unleashing itself. If you are looking to buy, sell, move, or attract a new roommate, that's where you really want to be careful because that mirage energy can be very strong here. But outside of that, this can absolutely bring near miraculous positive developments related to a parent in your life, and also a burst of healing related to your understanding of the past, where you are wanting to create a home that feels like a temple, that feels more magical. Slight changes now can go a really long way towards helping you to feel like you are exactly where you're supposed to be, that where you are is a place that is meaningful, magical as well. Capricorn, siblings, cousins, neighbors are covered here, and it is these people that might facilitate a near miracle for you now. But do be careful of hearing what you want in just about any context, but especially with these people as well. Seeing what you want, perceiving what you want is what you want to be careful of. However, synchronicity is working very much on high. And so where you are willing to see the connections between your inner world and your outer world, you just might see magic all around you in a way that helps you to feel that much more connected, and something within you profoundly starts to feel more healed. Aquarius, money you earn, money you spend, self-love and self-esteem. It's all well and good to feel a sense of magical thinking around money. Yes, the resources you need, the money you need has an incredible way of coming together when you've got this energy, as you've been experiencing it since 2011, for example. However, what you do want to be careful of is making sure that you are not spending a lot of money, or what feels like a lot of money to you, towards something that might be just a mirage or just a fantasy. Strive to be balanced in your understanding of what you're earning, what you're spending, and if you're earning in a way that sits right with your soul. If you're offered an opportunity that feels too good to be true, that's where you might need a more balanced perspective to enter. For all that, though, this part of the sky having to do with self-love, where you're anchoring it in spiritual principles, well, that just might be the most meaningful healing at this time. Pisces, identity, who you know yourself to be, what matters to you most and first. It's like this awakening, this remembrance of spirit that is set to take place, and rooting identity in these higher, more spiritual principles brings that much more a sense of meaning for you as you navigate forward at this time. For all that, though, this can represent a very powerful and imperative window of sorts, where it helps you to understand a deeper, more nuanced perspective of who it is that you are and where it is that you're willing to put the journey of soul at the forefront. You'll find yourself being a person that you feel that much more is true, someone that you feel that much more that you like very much. Well, thank you for watching. It'll be a great transit. Enjoy.